Walk around. I want this leg to be shooting out of the back of his head. Can you see that? Yeah. Straight like this. This foot and his head. And here. Here. Dig inside. Grab an arm. Now, I want you to. Let's turn this way. Go this way. Camera right there. Once you guys get here, your goal should be this. Here. I want you to grab the head. So now I have control of his arm and I have control of his head. You know where his head goes, the body goes, right? I don't want his head to go anywhere unless I allow it to. You see that? Here. Just get to there. Just go for mount. Do you need to see that?
Yep.
Forgot this. You got allergies. So here you find yourself in traditional mount. Don't be afraid to pluck. Get inside. Here. Roll up and around. This gets posted. This is coming straight out. Dig for the arm bar. Come underneath the head. I want you to be right here. I think you guys see the arm bar from here, right? So when you get here, feel free to push on the head, attack the arm, step around. Try to take it if you want. But the setup is the most important part.
I can't see it. I'm just going to make sure that it's facing towards the wall. Okay. So rather than being parallel to my back, you want to put it to my back. Okay, so from there, you're going to take this position and you want it to be under my arm. Make sure you step over before you go. Okay.
Okay, I think it should
You two try to get comfortable with this. Your goal. Inside.
Yeah. So that's
Pull him up. Walk around. From here. From here, I've got a hold of the head, and I'm making sure he's not just going to go belly down. If he chooses to go belly down, like this is really bad for his arm. Right? And if he chooses to go to his back, I'm just probably ready to come out of the trunk. So I've got to have a hold of this. When I do this, and I decide to commit this leg, he has to carry my weight. So when this comes around, and this foot comes over top, I'm sitting on it. From here, I need to lean this way and grab my hands. Put my hands together. That's grip. So now I've got the arm and I've got the choke. So go ahead and get out of here. I'm barely even hanging on. My hands are just clasped together.
Is that more like a upside down inverted Peruvian?
Very close. And the grip's right now. The grip is tricky. But I just want you to barely.
That's why you need a curved pinky.
If you can do that, it helps with the
I get
leg.
it now.
If you can come here and pull the lower part of the thumb, upper part of the wrist in, great. That sucks too. But at least here, I have an insurance plan. Right? I can go here, or he can stack me up, and roll up to me. Oh no. Uh-oh. He's not going for it, is he?
Kind of the same thing as Tuesday too.
Yeah. But all the while, I have this arm. So your goal here, roll him up, come around, grab the head, step. As this foot steps over, this one comes underneath. Fall. Get your hands. Grab. Pull. Take it. Does that make sense?
I like that a lot. Can I do it?
Yeah. So what I want to try to do to you guys is get you thinking not to chain, but to have a submission. And while you're there, or on the way there, what can you do to ensure that you're going to have a higher probability with a submission? And that comes from these thought processes here. From here, I can even lean, step around, and then start digging for my hands. Oh, there we go. Fall. He stacks me up. Sucks, doesn't it?
There's not good.
Look at the allergies, dude.
Yeah.
Right? So, lock it up tight. We're here. I can't get here. I can't do anything. You're only going to do this about 10 times before you realize that every time you pull, he gets tighter. You're just helping him. Right? So what I want to do is I want to put my hands down. I want to bring my knees up. And I want to open him up. Just like a giant.
Oh.
Here, 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 here. Something will happen. You're going to hit something.
I have you as well.
Here. You tried that time, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
This is actually in the blue to purple belt curriculum. Do you understand that the Kimura is there if I'm going to do half of my Kimura with the sleeve, which is not a problem. I do that a lot.
I told Sword I'll be able to do
Absolutely.
that.
I can rip the shoulder off. Oh, Gwen does it like that. Okay. I'm tall. But if I have this and he's giving me a kickstand, I'm going to lay flat and clear his arm this way. Now, when I clear his arm, his hand does one of two things. It either goes over top of my hand, or I control it and it goes underneath my hand. Do you guys see that?
You should rotate.
From here, over top, underneath. You see a difference there? So let's talk over top. I got it. My elbow goes here, kickstands. I sit back, I go flat, and I go here. When that happens, I kick off to the side, go for the armbar. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So we go here, elbows over, fall back, kick off to the side, control the face, armbar. That's if the hand's over. You know where this is going. If I clear and the hand goes under, I'm going to allow it to stay under. When I kick off to the side, I'm going to let go and dig. Put your arm up. Make sense? So let's do this. So I want you to play with all of them. I want you to go here, flat, elbow, hand, elbow. Fall back, clear. It goes on top, cut the angle. It goes here, it goes underneath. I'm gonna let go as I dig. Let's tie it in there. Yeah. This foot comes over. Break. Grab. Come up. Keep that trapped. It's a bunch of options, right? You guys got it? Try it out. Go for it. Pressure on the hips, though. Because the natural way to go is that way. He wants to go that way.
Is that what they tell you to do?
Yes. So don't convince yourself that you're going to do this. Don't. Because if you're going to do this, I don't have to do myself. I can just sit on your face, jump over in your arms, and all that good stuff. So what happens though is he wants to go that way. He doesn't want to go this way. This is bad. So it's ideal for him to be touching my hips. Whether I'm here or whether I'm here. Does that make sense? This is not uncommon. Okay? So when we're here, What I want to do is I want to bring my opposite leg around, sit through. A couple of us have been through this. The heat. But I'm going to put a different twist to it. So if you look at his arm, I want armpit to wrist, hand to elbow. We call this the football. Because that's how you carry football. If you carry it like this, you're goofy. You carry it like this. So here, walk around, feet up. Thanks, dude. Sit through, hug, football. Make sense? Nice and basic. So, I go here, elbow over, hand around. Pushes. From here, I'm going to drop this elbow as I kick through, find myself right here. Now, the traditional finish to this is I have to take this near leg and I have to drop it inside. So I have to go from here to here. And then from here, I can grab. A lot of pressure on the arm. So here, 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 if it's with me, here.
I'm attacking the first grab.
Yep. Yeah, and if you have tight shoulders, you'll feel just as tight. You're like, man, that sucks. But that near leg, that axe kick calf groin leg is the most common way to finish it. That's not what we're going to do. I'm going to have you guys do that. Because I want you to understand how to finish it. Because I don't want you to be confused and come around here and think that you're going to be able to finish it this way. Why can I not finish it this way? Yeah?
So no control of the body.
Well, I have any control. I have this weak elbow inside of this far side armpit. I have zero control of the body. This doesn't offer much.
But it's enough.
It's enough. And by the time I lay back and crush his face, that's a little bit extra. So go ahead and try to play with the finish of the heat. That way you know it, that way you understand it. That way when Tony does this to you and something hurts, you at least know what he did. It's never been a staple in my game. I'm not a huge fan of it. But it's just sneaky enough to ruin shit. So play with it. You hear it? Play with it.
Only because it was 120.
So, again, I'm not a big fan of this one, but it does work. People can tap with it a lot. The problem is I don't like how unsecure this leg is. I don't like how unsecure my overhooking elbow in the armpit is. I don't believe it gives me enough control to actually be able to apply this. If I have to lift this arm and apply it, then it's just my leg inside his open guard that's holding him down. You better crank. Somebody has more flexible shoulders than me, you may not have enough crank to do this, right? So,
Walk into your lane.
I'm here, step through, elbow down, grab. From here, what I want you guys to do, instead of using this leg, instead of using this one, let's use this one. Now here's the cool part. When this leg comes over, he is going to voluntarily grab my foot.
Because he doesn't want you to take him out.
He's so happy that he's got anything. So this right here is not really that secure. This right here will cause him to bite. Thanks, dude. He's going to grab my foot right here. Doesn't mean that I can apply it, but it means that we're connected. So I want this hand here, come up high. I want to come up high, I want to drive this knee forward. I want this arm, this hand to switch. So watch this. Because I went from football to arm drag. Football, here, arm drag. Make sense? Foot's trapped. It's okay though. From here, he's going to naturally do what? As I pull him up, I'm going to take his back. Looks like this. When I'm ready, as I come up, switch, or just switch my hands. From here, hold. As I'm pulling here, he comes through.
Okay.
One more time.
Almost had it.
Here. Elbow deep. Hand. Push. Switch the hand. My grip goes here. Pull.
When you say switch the hand, you're just meaning
Yep.
you're not really moving much. You're just
It's going from one side. Right? So if I have
You're just going from outer tricep to inner.
here, hold, here. Now I can pull him up.
okay.
I'm not so much on the elbow, I'm more arm drag.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
One more side.
You gotta hang it, dude. Sorry. You don't want to put out on
I appreciate you.
Pull up. Arm drag. Pull. Make sense?
But I wouldn't do that.
Pull him up. Pull him down. Grab my shin shield. I'll push it away as he collapses into me. This foot feeds. This foot catches. I'm going to throw him off, and instinctively he's going to try to crush me back down. As I come inside, I'm going to grab, pull through the arms. Grab this, work your way to the side, get underneath as I'm pulling this. From here I'm going to throw the fowler, come up, still have the leg. So from here, get this where I want it, let go, reach across. Now if they start giving you any friction from here, drop the elbow down, give them a little bit of pressure. From here I'm going to pop up and pull. Comes up to his knees, grab, and this one goes between his legs, here. From here, roll. From here, if this isn't working, and you need it tighter, cross your legs. You know what I mean? It's usually always the same thing. So when I do this, the secret's gonna lie in my S mount. If my S mount is weak or not deep, that's when I'm gonna get in trouble. So when I get here and I grab, I'm gonna create or force him to move, right? So here, once this comes up, I'm not concerned with crossing this tip over now. I'm more concerned with trapping this arm with my elbow or with my knee here. See how far up my knee is? Watch. When I get here, I can go here. What happens though if this arm escapes? Or what happens if he tries to stop me from going S now, pushing my foot? What happens if this happens? Right? So try that. Chances are, unless they're sleeping, that arm probably won't be there anyways. But this arm's not going to stop the choke. Okay? So when I get to this position, when I'm in my S mount, if it's a good deep S mount, this choke should almost be working. Okay? Now watch this. Lean, fall, not going to fall on my back. I stop myself with the pressure of his neck. My rope around his neck is what's stopping me from going like that, onto here. So now, when my feet come here, and I fall back, grab the arm, there. If you're having a hard time with the feet though, add a little bit of realism to it. Get here, allow your partner to get this grip. We're pushing, we're bothering. I feel like I'm gonna wrist lock you. There we go. Come up. When we get here, maybe he's fighting this foot. From here. They should almost be choking here. When I fall and come back, they should be choking. If I'm here, come on with me. If I'm here, it changes the angle now. That makes this hard. He's gonna have a much easier time to defend this. So I have to keep him here. This is where it works. I keep him here by hanging onto this. His neck is holding me up. And then when I'm ready, I extend my arms. Does that make sense? Now the leg goes. You have a hard time getting out of the guard, right? We may be in this battle, he may be grabbing my sleeves. All of the appropriate that comes with this hand slap, wrist fight from guard. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna untuck his gi, but I have to do it in a sense of my hand got caught. So we're here, he's gripping on, we're here, he's pulling me forward with his legs. Because if I did this, right, let's face it, that's not very effective. So it's got to be done almost organically to where maybe they don't notice. Once I get a grip on the gi and I put myself back on his biceps, I'm just going to hang on to it. I'm going to hang on to it, and I'm not going to advertise. I'm not going to do what I normally do, which is like I poke him in the face with it. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tripod on my feet. So I'm going to come up high, I'm going to come up heavy. I'm not going to look to crush him. I'm going to look to give him the sensation of I'm frustrated, so I'm coming up to active toes. That's my plan. This choke is done in a very sneaky way, but it's a very, very basic choke. We have a lot of chokes like it. Once I get this, I'm going to keep it on the same side of his head. So there's nothing fancy here. There's nothing fancy up underneath the arm. I'm literally taking it out of his gi or out of his belt, and I'm putting it on the exact same side of his head. So don't overcomplicate this. The part that becomes sneaky about it is when I come up to be high and heavy, to come up here, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna reach around and grab. Now we've all done chokes that are similar with this setup. What makes this choke work so well is that it's done in one move. So I come up, I grab, and the second that I hand off, this hand comes through.
It's a cobra choke with a gi.
Super fast. Don't do this. Don't do this.
And he's throwing that from close guard. And
Close
getting it
guard.
in tournaments.
He's got, I think the quote was, he's got the record for not passing guard in tournaments. Because he's not passing. He's just getting here, going from here, coming up and grabbing, boom. Don't make it two moves. It's not here. It's as I grab, this hand comes underneath. And if you think about what's going on here, if Derek attempts to push me away with his closed guard, Derek dies. It's a bad thing for Derek. If he attempts to pull me in, he now carries all of his weight on his neck. It's a very, very unfortunate series of events. He has to be conscious enough, literally and figuratively, to open his guard and attempt some sort of a butterfly sweep in order for this to work. Now, it's not going to work nearly as good if I do this. If I'm here and I go, see how low I am? Yeah. This is going to cause all sorts of problems. I have to get my head at least even with him. So if I'm here, I have to at least be even, if not higher. and then get here. If he pushes me away, he pushes me away. Uh-oh. Bad news. I ran across this last night as I was going through the keto and stuff, and saw it, and it took me back to Idaho.
What was the guy's name?
Dustin West.
Dustin West.
Dustin West. Little, very unassuming dude. You would not picture him to be good at really anything, and especially anything like this. But this killer choke tears everybody up with it. So that way, after we start getting everybody in it, we can release the video.
Here. 5. Yeah. This is okay. When I say that, this is like you want free. This is one that will be coming over your head. When I throw the weight around that, yeah. So it's not gonna be loose. So I come here, it's gonna touch. Alright, breath.
Yeah, I do feel it. Ah, there we go.
So, traditional guard, he's got good posture. He's pushing himself up. Arms are straight.
My toes are dead, but that's because I don't know what you're going to do.
Which is okay, yeah.
I don't want
Even
to get a break
if
off.
you were purely being defensive, you would have time real active if you felt like so for something.
I just don't want to go active toes and then have you show a hip over. And, yeah, exactly.
What we'll do is we're going to have Dylan, he's going to start his pass with a gi grab. So he's going to grab my collar, and the arm's going to be straight. This is how it should be, right? So he's either going to be fully locked out, or the elbow will be below my hip. So yeah. Does that make sense? So fully straight or like this. So we're going to take it from here tonight. So he's here, he's maintaining posture, everything is straight. Now I have to get his hand off of him, and this is not easy, because he's got a fistful of collar here. So this is bad. And this here isn't really indicative of him opening his hand. So what I want to do is I want to take the mirror hand and I want to roll, because I want to set myself up for success. So I want to roll inside. I want to bring this hand and I want to come under his and grab my hands. So this is the grip that I want. This allows me to push and it allows me to pull. So I'm here, here, and then from here, I'm going to take his hand over whoop, this way. Now when I do this, I'm not going to stay like this, right? Because he's got a very strong row type lawnmower style. I'm going to get my arm back, right? So when I get here, something has to happen, and I want to keep this hand busy while I dig for his tip on this side if his gi's not already open.
My bad.
You're good. I want to go for this. So we're here. He's got a hold. I go here, grab, break, occupy, grab. He's not, see how I'm pulling him off center? He's not going to stay like that. He's going to try to square back up. When he does that, so bring your body back over, I want to bring this over his arm. And I want to grab deep here. And I want to grab here. I want to grab here. Now my foot can go to his hip, kick off to the side, or off and on. So we'll go here, he's grabbing, life is good. Boom. Here, grab, he squares back up. Make sense? So we're going to go from here to something else, but you got to get the arm off first. One more time. For some of you, this is going to be the very hardest part. Because you're going to want to do this, which is backwards. You're going to feel a lot more power going near hand, and this is my pull. This is my push. Here, here, boom. Grab, start to look for it. If I can't find it, dig. Where are we getting here? He squares back up. It's buddy. Grab, pull, fix. Finish it up. Once the leg goes over the head, you can let go of the tip if you want. Finish it up. Okay? And broke. Try it out. See if you And this can be ugly at times. Get in this. He squares back up. I come over and grab him. If I am lucky enough to get here and he goes hand to hand, to start to defend, what is his next goal? It's not to get the arm.
I'm gonna stack you up.
It's gonna stack me up.
So stack you up.
Look, come on. He's gonna come all. He's gonna take my knees. Yeah. See how he's taking away my leverage.
And my legs would be farther away if I didn't want him to talk.
If you wanted to do it completely right, he would crush them, right? Now I've got a great deal on his arm right here, but I've been in this position many times where I feel like I can get the arm bar, and this person goes, no, you can't. And I put the knee into your teeth, and you can't finish the arm bar. So there's a point in every submission where you have to learn to let go. But we have this awesome little bit of gi. So we're gonna make this count. So as I clear this leg, because I realize I can't get this, I'm gonna reach around his head and grab here. The arm bar's gone. So he's gonna come back down, and we're gonna go here. This hand is gonna go underneath. I'm gonna kick off as I roll him up. From here, I'm gonna hang on to this, I'm gonna post, and I'm gonna pull.
It's like a lapel bow and arrow
Yeah.
instead of a collar bow and
Yep,
arrow.
it's the exact same principle, except I'm straight over top. I'm not in the back.
This is why he wanted me for the.
Yeah, he's getting along.
That would make sense.
So here, break, grab, find, he squares back up, hit here, control, armbar, catching up. Oh God, I can't get it. We come here, and as he falls, and grab.
I switch your hands.
Yeah. This hand is going to come underneath. You'll be surprised if I take this hand here, lift the collar, and you don't have to do anything else. If you're of equal size, just grabbing this and pulling this, a lot of times you'll get the sweep. But I want to do this. This hand comes under, I kick off, come up, post, and pull. Because I'm pulling his leg, pull leg knee. Make sense? You see that?
Yeah, that one I'm gonna have to see.
Come on,
I went all topsy-turvy.
There's the top.
From here. Boom. Grab. Find. He squares back up. Grab. Foot goes to the hip. Come around. Armbar. He stacks it up. Oh God, I can't finish. I go here. He comes back down. Now watch this going underneath. Look how far away I am. I can't get it. So I'm going to do this. The hand that's holding that tip is going to push him away and allow me to get off to the side. Get a hold of this. From here, reach, pull. Make sure you're nice and stable. Post.
You gotta load up on that shit for this.
I don't know why I did it to you, didn't do it to them.
No, I'm good.
You.
I live here. This is your doghouse, right? My goal is to get this. Get that arm up. I don't care, however.
With a gi flap underneath.
With the key for I don't care like this. I'll still get right here. Alright, so for the majority of the instruction today, what I'm going to do is this. That way he can see, and it's less degrading. So, let's talk about what Steven has to do from this position if I'm going to effectively Kimura this arm and I'm straddling the head. Which way does Steven need to take his body if he wants to be somewhat defensible? It's really hard now because I have to take, because before I have to clear the torso. If he goes to his back, that changes everything. It sucks.
Also clear the head too.
Absolutely.
That's a big thing right there, clearing the head.
You understand why he doesn't go this way.
He's gonna go forward.
Still gonna get core. And I can control him by falling to the side leg scissor, finish the core. Right? So what we're gonna do though is I need her to see this side of me. What we're gonna do is I need to put a kickstand. I need to put something here in order for me to finish my Kimura. Now, if Steven allows me or he realizes that I've straddled his head, I've got the key lock on his arm, he begins to go to the ground, If that's the proper defense, if you just let go and abandon it, no. No. But if you don't just let go, it hurts. If you change nothing about your grip, it hurts. It's no different than if we're here and Steven shoots a Kimura on me and I sit up, base, ow, right? It sucks. So if I'm here on Steven and he takes his back to the ground, it starts to put my arm in a weird pinch. I don't like that. Okay? So I have to do something to stop him from going back. This isn't 100%, and you have to go to the secondary grip. Does that make sense? It will in a minute. So if they read this or they realize that they have to take their back to the ground and you put the kickstand there, there's no going back to the original Kimura. You have to go to the next part. So we're here. Life is good here. The second I feel him begin to turn, this hand come back. This hand is going to shoot over and go to the ground. So now I've got him trapped. From here, shoots over, goes to the ground. So now if he finishes and he's able to take his back to the ground, it's okay. Can you get your arm out? Oh, no, of course not. So I've got him kickstand and I've got his hand pinched. However, my feet are not in the optimal spot.
Switch hips.
I'm going to switch hips, but before I do that, I'm going to take my head to the ground so I can lock this up. From here, I'm going to begin to walk around and switch. Here's the problem. When we do this, most of us do it and we stay upright. We don't want to stay upright, we want to stay hunched over. That'll make sense in a minute. Especially like someone with super good arms. Oh, you okay?
I don't have super good arms.
So again, we'll go one time slow.
Yeah, great arms.
Boom. We're here, he gets ready to go to the ground. Boom. I need to stop him right here. I need to take my head down and lock up. From here, this leg comes around, sit out. Make sense? Who needs to feel it?
Yeah, everybody can see it. Looks like
It sucks, right?
Because I really don't have shoes.
And all like, somebody has good shoes. No. And he might have good shoulders, like
Not
2
a-
classes of this shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say not very long.
I don't think you should be getting lightened over anymore.
Like just so they're flexible now, don't make them like
It
fucking
comes
on
around.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
So we're here. My goal obviously is to keep him on his rib cage, keep him up on the side. But the second I feel him start to win this battle and go down, this hand is gonna slide up.
Oh, that's so
They're
tight.
tight, right?
Yeah.
So I got him trapped. Now I get to think about what I'm gonna do. Where am I gonna go and how am I gonna finish this? Because I can't just go here, because he's already got a line of defense coming in. So I'll go here. My head will go down as I wrap. This foot comes through, sit out.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much.
It's instant.
Yeah. No fun.
That's a horrible question. You know,
Everything's
like,
wrong, yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
Anytime you switch to that second Kimura grip, it's always cross your evo.
Well, no, that was when my hand got trapped in this. So it was like right here. When he just pointed that arm down, it like couldn't push under my. It was right down under the phone like.
Maybe I'm losing a tug of war. Maybe this isn't working, this isn't working. Maybe I dictate that he rolls to his back. But at some point or another, he begins to defend it. My hand comes down.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
I promise I'm not doing that hard around you. It just sucks all the way around. So he starts to roll, hand goes down. From here, you got him. But from here, I'm gonna take my head down and lock it up. This foot, step through. This is where it gets bad. That's awful. Wow.
Yeah, it's not. You,
No part of that's enjoyable.
and it feels like, oh, he's weaving around my head. There's space.
There's space. He's taking my shoulder with him.
I'm sure the
I like to do it like this. That way when you partner up, you'll know if something's not being done right. Right? So we're here. Life is good for me. Derek's big and he's got big arms. He starts to roll. All I really want to do is open this hand up. So he starts to go to his back and open, flag. I can hold him here all day long. That suck? Oh, yeah. That sucks, man. Head down, grab. Right here, he should know that he's in trouble. Get your arm out. He's stuck. No effort on my part to keep this. This foot comes through, step way out, begin to sit back.
Yeah, the way the arm's coming out, so they cuts it off.
Yeah. You'll see, like a belly down arm bar or a really good guillotine, it's hard to let go of. Yeah. I'm gonna slide this one up, here, here, here. So see how it can be confused with both? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be just like this. This is the position that I wanna be in. If he starts to get jiggy with it, I do this, right? Because I wanna slow him down. Now here's the problem, Rob knows what's coming.
Armbar.
Armbar. The number one move from this position is gonna be armbar. That's what's the beauty of this position, especially if you're in a full-on S-mount. So I have to do something to break the grip, because if I fall back and he's locked up this good, then I have a completely different set of problems. So my goal is top, inside, under, and pin. Bring this one up, post. I want to disconnect his hands and I want to keep them apart. So I'm going to be right here. Rob will grab his collar. This one. He will grab that collar. In the event that I decide to fall back for armbar, he's going to grab this. So I have two choices of attack right here. I have the obvious armbar, or I take this hand out, come over top, this hand under, grab, hold my feet. Here, pin, let him carry my weight, clear this foot, fall, finish the armbar.
About 7 or 30 if you're trying to.
You can. We're going to get to that though.
Okay.
And we're going to give you a different option on that triangle. So, the first two I want you to do, here, pin. He's got a good grip here, and I feel like I'm just going to fall back, and he's going to re-grip his hands. I'm going to be into a completely different fight. Here, lean forward on that elbow, let go. Here, up, and a floating Americana. Here, keep this down, make him carry your weight. When he starts to carry my weight, this leg gets light. Step over, fall. So I'm still holding his arm. Okay? So those are the two that we'll start with. Then we'll go into a different arm bar. Then we'll go into the transition.
If your legs are laying there, it's
Here.
easy, but if your legs are hooked around that
Come
bar,
through
they go to scoot
as this, and you might have to use this hand to slide this up. Just know that at some point I'm still gonna have to separate this. So I prefer to start working this grip here to separate the hands. He can still fight me right here. It's like you're trying to hand. He can still get me right here, but the link is clearly not as strong. So I need to take this hand down. I have to do this, right? And then I need to slide this up, put my body in the way, and post. Here's the problem. Let's say I've Americana Rob a lot. Let's say he's tired of that crap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinch this really close to his shoulder. I'm gonna hold this down. I'm gonna use my chest in front of his arm, and I'm gonna grab his arm. And I'm gonna keep it bent, and I'm gonna turn it this way. Would you tap from that way? Yeah. Hell yeah. It's not gonna work here. I mean, it would for me, like right there. But he's gonna be able to survive. I need to get here, and this is one of those moves in jiu-jitsu you don't do because you feel like a bad partner. I'm telling you, if I get right here and I do this, I'm gonna do this. Because I think that's funny. I promise you I'll do this, all right? So you have this one. Here's the one that I wanna cover for Tony. If I'm gonna go, if I'm looking for a triangle, if I'm that guy, what can happen is I need to pin his arm with my leg and lean forward. Now there's no way Rob can take his hand that way, especially if I'm leaning forward. He can, however, take his hand that way, which is a trap. But people will do it. They'll do it all the time in timeout. So if I pin his arm right here and I hang on to it, and I'm really pulling, he's gonna pull his arm. Pull, get your arm out. Thanks, buddy. When that happens, I wanna slide this one around, and this is the difference. I don't wanna put this foot in the pit of my knee. I wanna keep it right there. The difference comes from this. In order to put this here, this person has had to never have this done to them before. Because when I do this, I'm given a small window of opportunity. So instead, I'm gonna take my knee, and make sure I'm locked in right there. I'm gonna take my knee over top of my ankle. And I'm gonna look at his family this way. Make sense? I am not gonna, oh shit, and fall back like my lazy butt normally does. I'm gonna stay right here, walk this up over top. Feel that? Sorry, buddy. And then we turn that way from that position. You can lock it up if you'd like, but you don't have to. I don't like getting here and then relying on my fall here. This sucks, doesn't it? Yep. You have gravity on your side from that position. From there. Over. I'm gonna start to peel. Oh, shoot, yes. All right. Life is good. But this feels weird if I fall back for the armbar. So instead, I'm gonna do this. Switch, I want their hands come together. I'm gonna keep it. This foot comes into the armpit, and I start to apply my weight. My shin is gonna come up to the side of his head here as I fall. Take down here. Go ahead and get out.
Nope.
Makes sense? So let me tell you. Inside deep, right here. His job is to smash me back down. Oh! My job is to sit on my hip, block his hip, use this hand to come underneath and go to my biceps. I'm a rear naked. From here, my feet are going to turn back into him. So I'm going to throw him this way. Ooh! I'm going to give enough shoulder pressure for him to engage. When he engages, punch it through. Grab. This is where all of the bad things start. Okay? Sean does the roll. This is what I want you to do. I want this hand to stop him from pulling guard. So turn into. See how he's turning away from the pressure? So I'm going to do this. Right? That's the first thing I'm going to do. That's to stop his initial reaction. See how he can't turn into me? But watch this though. I need this hand because I want to move my body. So I'm going to take my head. Come over here, dude. I'm going to take my head. I'm going to put my head where my hand is. Okay? So I'm here. He knows something's coming. My hand is blocking his hip. My head is going to come around and take the spot of my hand. Now watch this. I'm going to go as loose as I can. Because this goes in transitions, right? So we're here. We're here. I'm as far down on this as I can. Because if you're here, choke's almost over when you do it, right? Let's say my grip is bad. I've been losing grip. Hand over here. We'll start to turn. Head. What if that doesn't work? My head's down. Feet. Up. What if that doesn't work?
It's working. It's working.
I was trying to hang on, but we'll do the last part just as the last part, so let the blood get back. All right. So, again, very end, right? Forehead, down, walk around, pull him up. Watch this. Come over here, bro. Sorry. No, it's cool. That's good. I'm not here to lose this thing. Watch this. Here, here, here. Walk around. Watch, watch. Curl and jump in this shit. Feet wide. Reach up, grab. Start working your way up to the elbow, never the hand. See how I'm straightening his arm out. This comes up. Rotate around. Finish the arm lock if I want. Or finish the rotation. And take the back.
You go back to the grip,
Yep.
and then I'll play you when you go.
Yep.
With the photo. Start going. Keep going a little bit further. Now you're good. Now is it indicative to keep his arm as tight to you as possible, or can it kind of just float?
I want it to float.
Yeah.
Now, if he, whack your arm down. If he's like that, it's not going to stop me.
Okay.
Because it's not arm versus arm. If I can keep him glued here and then get off, get him to my elbow, I'm not pulling as much as my body is manipulating his arm.
You're just trying to roll. When you bring your leg up, it's going to push his arm.
Without that, I'm just a dummy holding the arm wrong. It's not going to work. So reach up inside, grab the collar, put your knuckles right there. Life is good. That's good right there. So walking away, elbow. Arm door or the back. Make sense?
I think you've done that to me multiple
I
times.
have.
Use the roll. He's not really high shape today.
So you're here.
Doors keep changing.
I said, I'm gonna just say something about taking the arm across the center line. And you go, screw you, dude. Shit. I can't, first of all, I can't even believe how often I do this. And you guys don't do anything. This shit cracks me up when I go here and you guys are like, ooh. I'm like, my daughter can fight her way out of this. She literally can. No! Damn it! But for some reason we're taught, like if we go, and this is the other thing, you'll hear, and I go here. Oh, it must be stuck. Yeah. Look how damn it got me. No, if you don't want your arm there, you get it out.
You never taught that.
So reach up inside, grab the collar, make the fist. Open my legs, come up to my elbow, straighten the arm out. From here, I'm gonna go to this 2-on-1. This 2-on-1 position. And then when I'm ready, I'm gonna go to the, so right now I'm on forearm. So when I'm ready, I'm gonna go point of my elbow, shin down, forehead down. Don't go like this. It's forehead down. Roll, kick, take his back, we'll finish the rotation, finish your unlock. Okay. Make sense? That, we're all bound up right here. So it's going to be incredibly hard for me to launch any sort of offensive attack, so it typically turns into a what? Don't say so. But if I'm not launching a submission, I'm launching a sweep. Right? I like it when people are attached to me because when I sweep, I don't have to try to sweep. Right? It's easier to sweep them. But I don't want to sweep them. Maybe I've swept them and I've worked back to my guard game, so the sweep took me nowhere and we're right back to where we were. So this is what I want. I want this foot, so the same foot that has the cross grip, to go to the ground, and I want you to shrimp out. So I want you to take 1/2 of butt, scoot away. From here, I want you to take this hand, and I want you to push and you bring your knee up. So I want you to peel his grip with your knee. I've got this because this is the perfect distance for him to be away from me. If I'm here, see my arms back, pull your arm back, he then becomes that much further away. Which is why I chose to go here. Because it keeps everything. So we're here. Life is good. I've already swept him. It backfired. We're right back to guard. This foot comes down and shrimp out. Don't knee your partner in the face. Come up. Peel that grip. As I peel that grip, I'm going to come up to high guard. Start to work for my triangle. Make sense? So we're here. Elbow. Cross. He's fighting for control. Out. Only competition.
Will they call that?
They would.
Really?
I think they would. Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of arm from here to here. Why are we going over here? Right? So from here, knee comes up, heel. High guard, foot to the hip. Right. Make sense? Let's try it out. See what you guys got. Do it back and forth. Then we'll turn it into something. Do it back and forth.
That's not because you moved.
Oh, sorry. Then we'll turn it into something. I say switch, and then we'll give you a little something different to work. Okay? Questions? You guys got it? Let's start something new so there's not that weird awkward I walk away and everybody goes, what are we supposed to do? So let's start something new. You guys got it?
Yes.
Then we go on 2, 1, 2, 4. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, in the room, dude. It's a good set. This person should read an offensive attack that is false. So if I'm here and I do this, Rob should read sweep. Like it should be like, oh shit, he's just waiting for it to happen, right? Even though if you look at the mechanics of what I'm doing, I'm not sweeping. This screams sweep, but there's nothing wrong with my legs that's gonna work here. I have to either come inside, lower it down. This right here screams sweep, even though there's no way I can do it. So what happens is when I do this, Rob clears my grip, puts his arm out. Because he wants to finish, right? So real life, in the high guard, finish it up.
I was kind of thinking that too.
They're going to put it in there. If not, they don't want you being out of it. Even though you're not going to shoot for it. Don't think, hey, they're going to put your hand down and throw them over and just get your back. There's no way involved whatsoever. If you're going to shoot from your back on the mat from guard, you better use your legs somehow. Right? So, but it works because everything about the position is no, until you're high guard for your try. So think about it like that. Switch it up this time and do it again. Add a little bit of realism. Don't let it turn into a grappling match, which it could. But I'm here. Life is good. I'm very active with my guard. Here. If you put this arm down, great. If not, see if you can get to here. I don't care if you run through finish the triangle. If you do, remember this. This arm has to be over here. I have to have this arm over here.
On the other side now.
We're rolling.
But I think once you come with that spin, that'll be really good for you.
On the other side now.
We're rolling.
But I think once you come with that spin, that'll be really good for you.
There's a pattern tonight. You can do it.
Yeah, it's gonna push your knee.
To do what?
Elbow escape.
Yeah. So finish it. 100% of the grapplers that you grapple with at some point or another, if you train with them long enough, that's their goal.
Even if they don't know what that is.
Even if they have no clue. They know that their legs have to get back around the person, so they're going to do that. So let's pretend I'm here. He's rolled up. We're good to go. We're fighting. He pushes my foot through and grabs. When this happens, knee comes down and it keeps him here. So he's on a side. What I want this hand to do is to come to the back of the collar. So the cool part about this choke is that's not hard to get. This is super easy to grab. Where normally we're digging, we're jamming our fingers up, breaking our pinkies to get inside there. But when he's here, the rear, the horse collar, part of his collar opens right up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go here, and I'm gonna take my elbow down and around. So I'm gonna go here, down and around. So I want him to feel my forearm pressure on the side of his neck. So what's cool about this is I'm gonna allow Derek to do what he's supposed to do. I'm gonna allow him to do what he's supposed to do, but he's not gonna do it now because you feel both my legs, right? I go here, he turns, finish choke. Make sense? Watch. He grabs. Uh-oh. Pinch. Here, grab this. Let's say he fully commits but doesn't go to his hip, and he fully commits to this leg that he's got trapped. Go ahead, do whatever you want to do. Stay in his back. It's really good control. But Derek's a smart grappler, and he knows that this 3/4 mount's bad for him. So when I grab and I go here, I'm going to give him the room to move. Thanks, buddy. Choke. Feel it?
Oh yeah. And all the while you're pulling out the neck, you're going to be slack on that shoulder.
Yep. And if anything happens, horse collar, take the back. So here, I've worked my way to here. Round pushes and grabs. Instead of allowing him to rotate and get out, my knee comes down. I'm going to buy my position here for just a second. This hand is going to grab right here. And this is no red flag to him, because right now it feels like I'm looking for a back thing. So this feels really good.
Yeah, you're going to pull him up.
Yeah. I mean, does it not feel like I'm going to take it back? It feels like I'm going to do this, right?
Yeah.
When in reality, I'm going to do this, and then slide this leg over, and wait for you to look to elbow escape. Go ahead. I have to. Don't have to grab anything. You can do this if you want. This.
If they got small shoulders.
This isn't deep. This is super deep.
You're almost going to my opposite
Get
shoulder.
any deeper than that. So when I get here, he turns to finish the elbow escape. Thanks, Steve. Right? I don't even have to grab. I can go here. Go here. Super fast.
Yeah, you pushed on the neck. I want to turn. I want to get the elbow off.
Yeah, see ya. So it's super, super crucial. Super crucial that once we get that grip, we take that back leg, the leg that's touching the back, away from them. Allow them to do what Jiu-Jitsu tells them to do.
It's going to put more gravity in their artery.
Big time. We're here. I'm here. I locked him up. He's actively looking to get this leg out. From here, I'm going to grab. Right here. You go down. I'm going to grab deep. Go against his neck.
That's
Give him room. Thanks, buddy. Super fast, right? Because this one is as deep as it will ever go. His grip will never be. Weird, right? Because I know he's going to do that. Have you guys seen in guard where they grab both? That bully? This? Yeah, it makes it even a little higher. They'll do this whole thing here. This is not uncommon. Or they'll do it low and they'll do it on the stomach. But I was old school, so he does the thumb protected. He does this. Which will never go out of style. It works very well. So if this is your style, do that. But a lot of people will do this collar grip right here. When that happens, let's mix it up a little bit. Right? So all too often, I'm using his knee. Where right now, I'm going to use my knee. So he's got a hold me here. I'm trying to get out. And the whole time I'm stretching my knee out. And I'm going to take it over. I'm going to take it under. I'm going to reach up inside and break his grip. Oh, jeez. And grab his collar.
Oh, it's like a lawnmower Americana.
What?
It makes sense.
This is a New York snow cone. This is a foot long bratwurst.
Don't Google that.
So we're here. I take this one
I've seen that. It's like,
in front of his face. Reach underneath and grab. Watch what it does to his shoulder and his hand. Not much. If I can move this one in front, grab his collar.
And start them over.
Is that cool?
Which collar do you grab? Grab this one.
So, the same side of the collar, the same collar. If you're lucky enough to get to the collar, you have better shoulders.
Yeah, good show.
Good showers, did you?
Good shower.
Because this one is super tight. Like you feel it really quick, right? So butt to your feet. Yeah. So we're here. This one is gonna come over. I'm gonna reach up and grab. From here, this hand goes in front. And I'm gonna grab this collar. And pull on this.
Yeah. That hurts my good shoulders.
So what's cool about this is this foot goes to the hip. He reaches over to defend. Both hands, he did. Oh, yeah, that's good, right? And then from here, I can really crank. Or this foot can come over. I can let go of the whole thing this way. Right? Nice. The person does a strong donkey kick and they get their leg out of there. So it feels like a position that you get to and you don't get a lot of time to practice in. If you get here and you feel this person truly trying to pass, shed the shin shield, make sure this foot pushes down. So before he passes, I want to get here. Or I want to get here. I'll use that. Ow! I play with that a lot. Don't. But the takeaway from today is knee across belly or knee on pec. So two different versions of it. Understand that they both provide you with different routes. Does that make sense? If I'm here, I'm not going to be able to do a lot of the stuff that I can do from here, and vice versa. So understand that if you go for half the moves and you're up here, that it may shut you down. Just understand where your leg is and the correlation between what you're going to go for. So the first thing I want you to do is nice and easy. We're here, I'm blocking this bicep with the thought process that he can punch me really hard from here. Right, so I'm thinking self-defense, so I'm staying here. All right, from here, I'm going to swim underneath, and I'm going to rush and lift this arm. Over and sit up. Now I want him fully across my body. Reach through, grab the top of his foot, and fall back. Grab the toes. Okay. Ooh. I've got to get him leg cramps before we roll. This lays him down. This is where the blue belts start going. Can I see it again?
When you got alternate legs, because you see both legs.
So we're here. Hand comes through. Russian whip. Shed the shin shield. Sit up and grab. If you can't get under, because you're not going to be able to hang out here. So if you can't get under the toes, you can get under the ankle. Just know that the grip has to readjust to here. Lock it up. If this doesn't work because you're with Dean, yeah. From here, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Push this foot through.
Grabbing when you're coming up, can you arm drag? Can you reach inside or are you going to get bound up?
You can. So if we're here, and it depends on what he does with from the forearm down.
Okay.
So if he's here, you can. Come up, grab. And if he's at your toes like that, that's even better. He'll probably be flat if I'm doing this game. So just know that. It's here, grab the toes, roll, and if he rolls over his shoulder,
Yep, makes it loose.
Okay.
So with that, some of us have short arms, T-Rex style. Grabbing us.
Absolutely. It's just, if they have a strong front stack kick motion, they'll be able to break away.
Okay.
So that's the show.
Can we do the other
Absolutely.
one? Okay. Both of them hurt.
You sure you want to?
More even.
So if I reach up and if I grab his shin or at the base of the foot, go ahead and kick out. But if I grab if I grab the toes, oh mother, go ahead and kick out. Yeah, go ahead and just.
Kind of like my neck out of position. We did.
So,
You asked me no legs.
try it. Run through Z guard to the calf crush. And then, this is a weird attack because girls and women typically take to this attack months faster than guys. And I'm not sure why. I think it's because if I go for a Kimura, the end goal is for me to have this arm bent. And you easily feel overpowered, correct? Like this is hard for you to achieve because he straightens it out.
Yeah.
Sucks, right? So I think the reason that women go for this next attack a little bit easier is because there's no bend of the arm. And I literally just made that up right now. I don't know if that's why, but I've seen Brooke do this. I've seen Deborah hit this. And I know that this is quickly becoming one of your favorites. Don't shy away from it. Stay with it. All right, so I've got this. I'm giving him grief over here. As I'm giving him grief, this hand decides to hide. It goes out this way. If I do this, there's a big red flag. But if I do this, uh-oh. When I get here, I push away with my knee as my elbow comes to the ground. This has to stay hooked, right? But again, it doesn't work from here. So if we're in Z-guard, it doesn't work from here. So why the hell would I take my hand there? Right, but it does work from here. A good invert hits yourself. I'm not even kidding. The only way that you're gonna land an invert is with some pressure. That's why we don't throw them here, we throw them back here. Because that arm, so if I throw this slow, I'll never land it. I have to throw it with enough pressure, enough force to catch. I've thrown inverts where it's like, ooh, damn. And then been mad at the person for hitting me. All right, check this out. So,
Yeah. You don't need, like,
here with Steven, fighting this arm. This hand comes through. I come for the invert. He reads it. It's gone. I no longer have this invert. So from here, as this hand passes across, once I realize I lose it, he either pulls the elbow back and we reset and the game starts all over. Or I come through and grab it, sit up and grab his lap. So this is important. So we go here, 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 I've lost it. Sit up and grab his lap. When I've got a hold of this, I've got a hold of this and I'm on my elbow. One of my favorite sweeps of all time. So once I have this, I'm not gonna hang out here. I'm gonna fall back, drop my elbow to my shoulder, and lift. The sweep happens one of two ways, either fast or slow, and your response can be different both ways. So we go here, here, oh, come through, grab, here, oh. Right? Well, stop whenever Z-guard attack I have, so get the hell off me, right? You do this to a little person, you have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you want to take part?
Shoot, you guys.
Yeah, Andy, get in here. I want to see how far you can get you. Can I reach the fan?
So, once I've cleared this arm from a failed invert, come here. If I don't have the power to throw him, and I throw him slow, a lot of boulder sweeps will be slow. This foot that's hooked underneath on bottom has to unhook. I slowly fall back and lift and grab a leg. That leg can take me to a lot of places. I want my leg to take me to here. Ooh. Here. Oh, he took it from me. Set up, grab, fall back, slow. See my hook? Grab. Inside. Grab. 9 times out of 10, however, they do 2 somersaults. You're so excited that you're about to get it. And when you see the feet come off the ground, you're like, oh, this is awesome! And they either roll or their head goes.
Yeah. When I first started throwing sweeps, because it's like, I don't know if this is going to work or not, I'd throw a full power and they'd land like a mat over and I couldn't, like, they'd get right back on top of me and I'm like, oh, awesome.
All that work.
I threw Miranda so hard.
Everybody was like, oh, this is going to be amazing.
I've thrown Miranda that way. I threw it so hard I had to save her. Like I actually went into a somersault because I threw Miranda and then I realized I was throwing her really hard. So like I had to dive after her to try to like absorb it.
He'll have a hard time doing this.
Have like a shot put
So I go here. Oh, she gets the arm out of there. Grab, pass, come up and grab. So my temple, her forehead. I'm gonna fall back. I have to leave this here. She has no base on this side.
You just have to tell them how you doing, buddy. And roll.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, you're about to get slapped. Just whisper to him. From here, as I lift that leg, see how my hook came off?
That's a helpless feeling.
This is one of those sweeps that when it happens to you, you don't really even get mad. It kind of feels fun. You're like, did you do that or did I do that? Is that on purpose or did I help you? It's one of those.